Have you heard about the latest relationship buzz surrounding Lamine Yamal? This 17-year-old Barcelona star is making headlines, but not for his incredible talent on the pitch this time. Just over a week after he went public with Argentine rapper Nicki Nicole, fans noticed something odd. He wiped all their pictures off Instagram and switched his profile pic to a solid black image. Within no time, speculation was rampant, then the real drama unfolded. They already split. Reports surfaced that Yamal might have been worried about Nicki getting cozy with Real Madrid's 18-year-old rising star, Franco Mastrangelo. Social media went wild, with fans taking sides in the classic Barcelona versus Madrid rivalry, even outside of football. Meanwhile, Yamal kept quiet, and Nicki didn't provide any clarity either. The only one who spoke up was Yamal's dad, who tried to downplay the situation, saying it was just typical teenage drama. Despite all this off-field chaos, Yamal is still shining on the pitch. With a 6-year contract at Barcelona and wearing the iconic number 10 jersey, he's continuing to shine in La Liga. It's clear that whether it's about football or his personal life, Lamine Yamal knows how to make headlines. Did you hear about Tota? He made quite the leap from selling candy on the streets of Brazil to streaming alongside Kai Cenat in the US. Originally from São Paulo, he sold sweets to help his family. While he wasn't homeless, he worked hard every day chasing a big dream. Then came Streamer University, a cool program started by Case Knight to train fresh talent in the States. Tota was picked as one of the creators for the program at the University of Akron, and just like that, he transformed from a student to a rising star. His vibe, realness, and sense of humor really set him apart, making him one of the most talked about figures among the 120 participants. Now, Tota's in the US with Kai Cenat taking part in big streaming events like Mafiathon 3. His presence goes beyond just being there. It highlights the influence of Brazilian culture and determination on a global scale. From the sidewalks of São Paulo to the streaming world of Twitch, Tota's journey is like a bolt of lightning. He didn't just get lucky, he worked hard for this opportunity. Tota didn't follow a pre-made path, he created his own, and now the world is witnessing a Brazilian voice rise in real time.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a story that's both shocking and heartbreaking, reminding us of the importance of kindness and respect in our online communities. Did you know that a streamer named Rafael Graven, known as Jean Pormanoff, tragically lost his life during a live stream? He was a rising star on Kick, celebrated for his extreme challenges and chaotic energy. But behind the scenes, there was a darker reality that many viewers were unaware of. For months, Rafael faced humiliation and abuse at the hands of fellow streamers. What was meant to be entertainment turned into a nightmare, as he was subjected to physical and emotional torment, all for the sake of views and clicks. In 2025, Rafael participated in a grueling marathon stream that lasted nearly 300 hours, showcasing his dedication and passion for his craft. However, this dedication was overshadowed by the toxic environment he endured. It's a stark reminder that the pursuit of fame can sometimes lead to devastating consequences, especially when compassion is cast aside. As we reflect on Rafael's story, let's remember the importance of supporting one another and fostering a positive online space. Every streamer, every creator, deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Thank you for joining me today to explore this important topic. If you found this story impactful, please consider following or subscribing for more content that highlights the human side of streaming and the vital conversations we need to have. Take care, and let's continue to uplift each other in this digital world.
Hey, did you hear about this guy in the US who's actually making a life-sized animatronic that looks like it came straight from Five Nights at Freddy's? His name is Citra. And he's not just tinkering away in a regular garage. He's creating something that nobody really asked for. But everyone can't help but watch. This thing is a massive 10-foot humanoid rabbit that he calls Nosy. It's built to be fireproof, waterproof, and even bulletproof. And rumor has it can run at 32 miles per hour. Every few days, he shares updates, showing off new limbs, advanced systems, and these eerie glowing red eyes, all pieced together with metal plates. The voice it makes? It sounds like a total nightmare. Each video he posts goes viral, racking up millions of views. TikTok is obsessed. and there are memes and reaction videos popping up everywhere. People are both laughing and feeling a bit creeped out. It's like this guy is building something that could spell doom for humanity. FNAF was never meant to come to life like this. Classrooms are buzzing about it. Reddit is full of debates, and everyone is keeping an eye on what's happening. The wildest part? Citra is completely serious about this project. There's no joke or sarcasm here. It's all about making progress, one bolt at a time. He's not in it for fame. He's driven to finish it because Nosy isn't just another robot, it's a message, or maybe even a promise.
Have you heard about that one random scream at a high school game that turned a kid into a major meme? It all went down in March 2025 during a typical high school basketball game in the US. The crowd was hyped, phones were out, and everything seemed pretty normal. Then the camera zoomed in on this blonde kid in the stands. His eyes were wide, and he was totally fixated on the camera when he let out a scream 67. No one had a clue what it meant, and there was no context to it, but that moment changed everything. The clip was shared by YouTuber Cam Wilder, and the scream was actually from a song called Dude 67 by rapper Skrillex, which references a spot in Chicago. TikTok picked it up right away, and within hours, it exploded with edits and remixes. People started making videos like Guess My Height, Guess My IQ, Guess My Chances 67. NBA fans even connected it to LaMelo Ball, who is 6'7". Suddenly, classrooms all over the country were chanting it, while teachers were left scratching their heads, clueless about what was going on. The clip racked up millions of views in just a few days. The kid had no intention of becoming famous, and he never explained the scream, which only added to its allure. He became known as the 67 Kid. Just one moment, one scream, and that number took off, yet it didn't really mean anything at all.
Did you know that Dexter Morgan was actually a serial killer who blended into society? By day, he wore gloves and carried a badge as a blood spatter analyst for the Miami Metro Police. He helped crack murder cases, but at night, he was the one committing them. However, Dexter didn't just kill anyone at random. He followed a strict code that his adoptive father, Harry, instilled in him. Only go after those who have taken lives. Only target the guilty, and most importantly, never get caught. On the surface, Dexter appeared completely ordinary. He smiled, went to work, had a girlfriend, and even looked after her kids. Yet inside, he felt a void. Love and guilt were foreign to him. All he felt was a dark urge he referred to as his dark passenger. At night, Dexter would hunt. He would research his targets, collect evidence, and wait for the right moment before executing his ritual. This involved a room covered in plastic, a metal table, a single photo of the victim's crimes, a final chat, and then silence. He would clean up meticulously, no fingerprints, no evidence, just a drop of blood he kept as a trophy. To the outside world, Dexter was a hero, but to his victims, he was a nightmare. As he continued his killings, things became increasingly precarious. His sister, who was a cop, started asking questions, and other killers began to interfere with his plans. Gradually, Dexter's seemingly perfect life began to unravel. He believed he could keep everything under control, but ultimately, he couldn't escape the truth about himself. He was a serial killer.
Did you know that Enzo Ferrari wasn't really in it to sell cars? He actually sold them just to fund his true passion, racing. It all kicked off in Italy after World War I. Enzo was just a mechanic with big dreams. Money wasn't his focus, winning was. In 1947, he rolled out the first car that carried his name, the 125 SV with a 12-cylinder engine, painted in that iconic red, designed for one thing: speed. Ferrari didn't go after luxury. He was all about glory on the racetrack, places like Le Mans, Monza, and Nürburgring. His goal was to outshine his rivals, especially Mercedes and Maserati. But racing wasn't for the faint-hearted. It was a tough game where drivers lost their lives and engines blew up, yet Enzo kept pushing forward. He earned the nickname Il Commendatore, feared, admired, and obsessed. Each car he sold was just a stepping stone to something greater: more races, more innovation, and more dominance. In the 1960s, Ford tried to buy him out, but Enzo turned them down. leading Ford to create the GT40 just to take him down at Le Mans. Ferrari may have lost that battle, but the legend only grew stronger. A Ferrari isn't just a car, it's a legacy, a roar, and a symbol of a man who never wanted to hit the brakes. Enzo Ferrari didn't just build a company, he created a legacy that revs up at 9,000 revolutions per minute.
Here's a true story from May 3, 2007. A British family was enjoying their vacation in Praia da Luz, Portugal, staying at a cozy little resort with white walls and blue shutters. It was a peaceful spot. That evening, Kate and Gary McCann left their 3 kids sleeping in their apartment while they went out for dinner. Just a short walk away. They checked in every half hour, but when Kate went back around 10 p.m., she found the bedroom window open and her 3-year-old daughter, Madeline, missing. The police sprang into action, searching the resort, the beaches, and the surrounding streets. Dogs even picked up a scent that led to the ocean, but after that, there was silence. Some witnesses reported seeing a man carrying a small child in pajamas, and others noticed a suspicious van parked close to the resort. Within days, the story went global, with posters of Madeline popping up in airports, train stations, and all over city streets. Years went by, new suspects came to light, and files were reopened, but every lead just seemed to fizzle out. Some people think she was taken by someone she knew, while others believe she never left the apartment at all. To this day, Madeline's whereabouts remain a mystery. Locals say that on quiet nights, the shutters of that apartment still rattle, even when there's no breeze.
Did you know that Porsche has a fascinating history that started in the midst of conflict? It was created in secrecy and has grown into one of the top car brands in the world. Long before the iconic 911 and the famous racetracks, there was Ferdinand Porsche, a man who was more of an engineer than a businessman. He had a deep passion for speed, balance, and precision. Back in the 1930s, he played a key role in designing the Volkswagen Beetle, which was an accessible car for everyone. But Ferdinand had bigger dreams. He wanted to create something truly exceptional, not just for the masses. In 1948, in a small garage in Austria, his son, Ferry Porsche, took that dream and brought it to life. They named it the Porsche 356. This car, which used parts from the Beetle, only had 40 horsepower, but it was lightweight and incredibly fast. It didn't just get driven, people took it to the racetrack and won competitions with it. That first model embodied the essence of what Porsche would become, a brand that focused on perfection rather than following trends. From a humble family workshop to the beautiful hills of Stuttgart, and from rugged roads to the prestigious Le Mans, Porsche was never created just to dazzle people. It was designed for performance, all thanks to a father's ambitious vision and a son's determination to keep that dream alive.
Did you know that Cooper was once a farmer before he became humanity's last chance? Earth was in serious trouble, crops were failing, dust storms were raging, and people were on the edge. Then there was Cooper, an ex-astronaut turned farmer, who ended up being the only one with a real shot at saving everyone. NASA brought him on board to lead the Endurance mission, sending him through a wormhole close to Saturn in search of a new place for humanity to call home. During their journey, Cooper and his crew found themselves on planets with some pretty wild conditions. On one of these planets, time was completely out of whack. 1 hour there was the equivalent to 7 years back on Earth. While he was battling to survive in space, his daughter Murph was growing up without him. Near a black hole called Gargantua, Cooper made a decision that changed everything. He dove into the unknown, risking it all to collect vital information. Instead of meeting his end, he discovered something incredible: a space that existed outside of time, a tesseract. From within this strange place, he reached out to Murph. He was like her ghost, guiding her through the concepts of gravity and memories. With the data he sent her, Murph was able to crack the equation that ultimately saved humanity. When Cooper finally returned, decades had passed, and he was found near Saturn, having barely aged. His daughter was now elderly, and their time together was fleeting, but it was enough. Cooper didn't just traverse space, he journeyed through dimensions, coming back with something far more valuable than science hope.